Good morning, Year 6, and welcome to Tuesday, the 26th of January's maths lesson. Before we get into the topic of our content of our books today, we're going to have a little look at warming our brains up mathematically. So I've brought out a couple of beat-its that you're going to have a little go at today. Now, if you normally work on book 1 or 2, then you're going to have a go at the blue rim beat it. Okay. If you normally work on book 4, 5, then you're going to have a go at the black and white beat it. Now remember, rules of beat it. You can set yourself a timer for 1 minute or 2 minutes. You need to answer all of the questions in that time. And then we'll have a little look and see how you've got on. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to pause your video. You're going to get your purple book out. You're going to write today's short date. Okay. And you are then, which is 26.01.2021. And then you are going to just write down the answers to the questions as they appear on the screen. Okay, so good luck with that one, and I'm hoping that you are going to get lots of 5 out of 5. Okay, pause your video. Okay, well done, Year 6. Your time's up. Let's have a look and see how you've got on then, shall we? Okay, so let's have a little look at this one first of all. And let's see if we can answer some of the questions. Okay. So if we're having a little look, 3 add something equals 8. Well, the thing to do in that situation is to use the inverse operation. And so I would do here 8 take away 3, and then I can find out the answer. If you were struggling, you can always draw yourself a little diagram. Draw yourself 8 things, cross out 3 of them, see what you've got left. And the answer that you should have is 5. Okay, 5 to that one. Okay, here, number 2, 2 times 5. Well, 2 lots of 5, 5, and 5 is 10. Okay, 2 lots of 5. Right, the next one, 10 take away 4. You can either count up 4 till you get to 10. So remember in your head, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which number bonds, remembering those number bonds to 10. Okay, or again, if you're struggling, draw yourself 10 objects, cross 4 out. How many have you got left? Okay, then 8 divided by 2, 8 shared by 2. And if you draw yourself a little picture, if you're struggling, if you don't know what half of 8 is, which is the other way of saying that, okay, you draw yourself a little picture, 8 objects, and divide them into 2 equal piles, and you should get the answer 4. And then finally, half of 4, well, half means divide by 2. So half of 4 is 2. 2 goes into 4 twice. Okay, so having a little look at the other board then. So you started off with 47.36 divided by 100. So what happens here is our digits move to the right 2 places because we're getting 100 times smaller. There's 2 zeros in 100, 2 places. So if I've got 47.36, okay, put my decimal point there. I know that first digit has moved 2 places, so it's now here. If I use my squares, that one's moved 2 places, so it's there. My 7 jumped over the decimal point 2 places, it's bounced there, and my 4, 1, 2, it lands there. Now, because I've got a decimal point at the beginning there, I need to put a 0 placeholder. Okay, so I now have 0.4736. Okay. Right, number 2, 670 take away 90. Easiest way to work that one out, take away 100 and add 10. 670 take away 100. The only digit that changes is the hundreds digit. We lose 1 off it, so it becomes 570. Okay, add 10 on. The only digit that changes is a tens digit, which if we've got 570, we've now got to add 10 on, so it becomes 580. Okay. Right, 90 times 5, sorry. If you forget the 0 for the moment, do 9 times 5, that equals 45. Well, 90 is 10 times bigger, so we just add a 0 to our answer. So 90 times 5 is 450. Okay. Then here again, forget the 0. 36 divided by 9. Well, 9's into 36 go 4. Okay, so if we add the 0 back on, 9's into 360 goes 40. And then finally, you had a same denominator addition fraction problem to solve. 3/5 add 1/5. You don't need to do anything about the denominator at the bottom. It just stays as fifths. And you just need to concentrate on the top. And 3 add 1 is 4. So you had 4/5. Okay, hopefully lots of 5 out of 5. Right, let's have a little look then at the content of your work today. Well, if you are usually working in book 1 or book 2, you are working in book 2 today and page 33. Okay, so you are looking at page 33 in your book. Now, we're not doing all of the questions on there because I just want to concentrate today on right angles. Okay, and right angles are those square corners. So if you look at your book, okay, I'll just fold it back this way. I have got a square corner here, a square corner there, a square corner here, and a square corner here. Okay, so 4 square corners, 4 right angles, because it's a rectangle. Okay, so right angles equal 90 degrees. Okay, 90 degrees. And as I've said, it's easy to be able to spot if it's a right angle because you can either use a piece of paper with a nice square corner or your ruler, and you can, if you put my book here in this corner, you can see that the edges line up absolutely brilliantly. Okay, so this line and this line line up, that line and that line line up, so I know it is a square corner. Okay, so first thing you're going to need to do in your booklet is you're going to draw 4 shapes that have at least 1 right angle. Now, I've crossed out a triangle, a pentagon and a hexagon, and I wonder if you know why that is. Okay, jot down why you think I've crossed out. You're having to draw 3 different shapes that have got 4 sides and 1 right angle. Why might this has got a right angle in it, that's got a right angle in it, and that's got lots of right angles in it. But why have I crossed them out? Pause your video and just jot down why. Did you get it? Triangle's got 3 sides, pentagon's got 5, and a hexagon has got 6. So you couldn't use any of those shapes because they have got too many sides. You're looking for 4 sides and 1 right angle. So here you've got a square would be a perfect shape to draw, or a rectangle, or even a quadrilateral there. It's got 4 sides and 1 right angle. So you draw in your little boxes 3 different shapes that have got 1 right angle, at least 1. They could have more than 1. Okay, then question 2 in your book. You've got to look at those angles that you've been given and you've got to tick which ones are right angles. Okay, so again, if I think, let's just get on the board here and I'll show your page. All right, so here is your page in your book. Okay, Now, if I use another book, or you could even use your ruler, okay, so if I put my book there, does it line up? If it does, and this edge here lines up with that line, and this edge lines up with this one perfectly, then I've got a right angle. Okay, so you are going to be having a little go at recognizing right angles. Which of those have got right angles? You might have a little clue, because if you look at the board, there's a certain little way that we draw right angles. Okay, so there's a certain way that we draw them. Normally when we're drawing angles, we do a little curved line, but might be something here that helps you. Okay, and then your very last question is, you're going to look around your house, and in your purple book, underneath your beat it work, you're going to list as many things as you possibly can that you can find in your house that have got right angles, at least one right angle. Okay, so hopefully you're going to be really brilliant at recognizing right angles by the time you've finished our work today. Fantastic. Okay, everybody else, you're going to be continuing looking at money today, and we're going to be concentrating on some of the things that you will need to do in your book. Okay, so if you are normally working on book 3 and 4, you're going to be working on your book 4 today, and you're going to be looking at page 28. And if you normally would work on book 4 and 5, you're going to be looking at page 29 today in your book 5. So it's all number solving. Okay, so you're going to be looking at finding change from certain amounts, and you're going to be working out some fractions of quantities, etc. again, and also having a little look at some number problems and seeing which number operation do I need to use to be able to solve that. So let's have a little look at how we sort out change then, first of all. So some of you are going to be working out change from £5 and some from £10. So let's start with £5. So say I've gone to the shop, I've got a £5 note, okay, and I spend £2.76 in the shop. Okay, there we go, £2.76. So how I would set it out is I would set it out as a column subtraction. Okay, so remember, the decimal point separates the pounds from the pence. So we would then have a little go at solving them, and we'd take it away exactly like we would in any other column subtraction. We start right at this end. Right at this end. Okay, so 0 take away 6, I can't do. So we would go and knock next door, but there's nothing there either. So we've got to go all the way over to here, cross out that. I've now got £4. Now here I would make that 10, but I'm going to use it straight away. So I'm going to put 9 there. I'm going to give that one there. Okay. So just the same as we would if we were using exchange in any of the others. So 10 take away 6, that is 4. 9 take away 7, that's 2. 4 take away 2 is 2, and I put my pound sign there. So I have got £2.24 change. Okay. So set it out. When you're having to deal with change, column subtraction, make sure that your decimal points line up, your pence line up, your pounds line up, your pound symbols line up. Okay. It's exactly the same when you're dealing with £10. It just means that you've got a bigger amount, and you might have more zeros to counter with. So say I've got £10 I've gone and treated myself to the new Harry Styles CD, and it's £8.63. What a bargain. Right, okay, so there we go. Same thing. I line up my decimal points. If I line up my decimal points, then I'm going to get my digits in the right boxes. Okay. Pounds, pence. So here we go. Same way. 0 take away 3. Can't do it. So we're not next door. Can't do it. Nothing there. So I've got to go all the way to here. I've now not got £10. I've got £9. And I would make that 10, but I'm going to use it straight away. And I'm going to make that my 10 there. Okay. So 10 take away 3 is 7. 9 take away 6 is 3. Decimal point in. 9 take away 8 is 1. And I've got £1.37 change. I set it out exactly the same way. Okay. So you've had a little look at both those. And I'm sure that when you have a little look at your page, you'll be able to have a little go at each of those. Other questions that you've got are some problem solving. And with problem solving, it's finding out which is the easiest method to do. Okay. So if you see words such as share, then that means you're dividing. If you see words such as all together, that is going to mean that you're going to be adding. Okay. If you find words such as the difference, then you're going to be subtracting. So remember, words like share, that is division. Altogether or total, that means you're going to be adding, maybe even multiplying. And if you see words such as difference, then that means that you have got to do subtraction. Okay, so let's have a little look then. Say if I have a little look at a question from your book. So we've got, what is the total price of a £5.60 CD and a £7.50 sweatshirt? So total. So straight away, I know I'm going to be adding. Okay. Could be multiplying, but I've got two totals in pounds there, so I know I'm going to be adding in that. So let's have a little look. So I've got £5.60 and I've got £7.50, and it's asking me for the total price. So I would set it out. And this time, because I'm doing add, put my add there, column addition, set it out exactly the same way. Okay, this time I'm adding, so a little bit easier sometimes. So 0 add 0 is 0. So I'm not doing any borrowing, I'm adding. 6 add 5 is 11. So put my 1 there, as I would do. And then over here, I put the other one. Okay. And then 5 add 7 is 12, but I've got to remember to add that one on here. So I've got 13, and then I put my pound sign there. So I know that the total price of a £5.60 CD and the £7.50 sweatshirt, I would be adding that, setting it out just like that, add them together, and I know it's £13.10. So what if I've got something that says share £1.20 between 4 girls? Okay, share £1.20 between 4 girls. Well, share tells me I'm going to be dividing. So I'm going to put my £1.20 there. It's 4 girls. So I would do my bus stop method division. So 4's into 1 don't go. So I'm going to move that over to here. Put my decimal point in the top there, so I know it's there ready. 4's into 12 go. 3 and 4's into 0 don't go. So I know that if I've got £1.20 and they're all going to share it between them, these 4 girls, they will all get 30 pence each. Okay, 30 pence each. So what if I see something that is work out the difference? Okay, work out the difference. So I might have, this time, I might have the difference of £7.75. Okay, and I might have £5.99. Now, when I see difference, it means I've got to subtract. Okay, so taking away, start this end again, make sure my columns are lined up. I'm doing it as a column subtraction. Okay, so then I start this end. So 5 take away 9, can't do. So I'm going to go next door. There's some there I can borrow. 15 take away 9, I've got 4. Okay. 6 take away 9, can't do that. So we need to knock next door. And there we go. Okay, putting my decimal point in there. So that becomes 16. 16 take away 9 is 7. And then I've got 6 take away 5 is 1. So I know the difference between £7.75 and £5.99 is £1.74. Okay, so £1.74. Altogether usually means add. Total usually means add. Difference means take away, subtraction. And share means division. Okay, we've had a little go at some examples of those. Now, some of you on your questions, you've got to add certain pence or pounds and pence to £1.99 and find your total. But you've got to write it in pounds. So I'm going to show you how you do that. Okay. So if you've got £1.99 and you need to add 55p to it, okay. Remember that the decimal point separates the pounds from the pence. So in 55p, I've got no pounds and I've got 55 there. Okay, because that's where my pence is going. So now I can add it. 9 add 5 is 14. 9 add 5 is 14 and 1's 15. Decimal point in, carry my 1. 1 add 1 is 2. So £1.99 add 55p is £2.54. Okay, so I've got a different total then. Still adding it to £1.99. Okay, so let's have a look. This time I'm going to add 142 pence. Okay, 142 pence. Well, remember, 142 pence. 100p equals a pound. So here I've got 100, £1 and 42p. So £1, 42p. So I can now write it. I can now add. Oops, the line's a little bit wonky. Sorry about that. 9 add 2 is 11. 9 add 4 is 13 and 1's 14. Decimal point in, carry my 1 over here. 1 add 1 is 2 and 1 is 3. So £1.99 add £1.42. I get £3.41. 1. Okay, so today's activities then, let me just recap. If you're usually work on book 1 and 2, you are going to be working in your book 2 and you're going to be concentrating on right angles, question 1 and 2 on page 33. If you normally work in book 3 and 4, you're going to be looking at page 28 in your book 4, and you're going to be having a go at question 1, question 2 and question 4. I want to come back as a little starter, another little activity with question 3. Okay, another day. So you're going to do book 4, page 28, questions 1, 2 and 4. If you normally work on book 4 or 5, you're going to be looking at your book 5 and you're going to be having a go at questions 1, 2 and 4. Okay, best of luck everybody. I'm sure you're going to have a fabulous time with them and I'm looking forward to seeing lots of amazing maths. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.